Welcome to Speak English with me.
Improve your vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation with our engaging lessons.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English Daily. We're so happy you're here because today we're talking about one of the most useful English expressions you'll ever learn, on my way. If you've watched movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos in English, you've probably heard native speakers say it many times. It's short, natural, and something people use almost every day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new English conversation. Every lesson helps you speak more naturally and understand how English is really used in everyday life. Now, Mike, let me ask you something. How many times do you think you say, "I'm on my way" in a normal week?
More times than I can count. I probably say it every single day. Sometimes I'm leaving home to go to work, sometimes I'm meeting a friend for lunch, and sometimes I'm heading to the grocery store. It's one of those expressions that becomes part of your daily English. That's why today's lesson is so valuable. Once you understand how native speakers use it, you'll notice it everywhere, and you'll start using it naturally too.
Let's begin with the meaning because it's actually very simple. When someone says, "I'm on my way," they mean they have already started their journey to a place. They are no longer getting ready. They are already traveling toward their destination. Imagine your friend sends you a message asking, "Where are you?" If you've left your house and you're driving, walking, or taking a bus, you can simply reply, "I'm on my way."
That's an important detail. The journey has already started. If you're still putting on your shoes or looking for your keys, you're not really on your way yet. You might say, "I'm leaving now," and then a few minutes later, after you've actually left the house, you can honestly say, "I'm on my way."
Here's another question many English learners ask. What's the difference between "I'm coming" and "I'm on my way"? They seem very similar, don't they?
They do, and sometimes both expressions work. If your friend calls and says, "We're waiting for you," you can answer, "I'm coming." It tells the other person you'll join them soon. But "I'm on my way" gives a little more information. It tells them you've already left and you're traveling toward them. Native speakers often choose "I'm on my way" because it sounds a little more specific.
Let's hear a simple example. Imagine I call you and ask, "Mike, where are you? We were supposed to meet at the coffee shop."
I'd answer, "Sorry, Anna, I'm on my way. I'll arrive in about 10 minutes.
That sounds very natural. You didn't need a long explanation. Just one short sentence told me everything I needed to know.
Let's try another situation. Imagine it's Monday morning. Your boss sends you a message and asks, "Are you close to the office?" You could reply, "Yes, I'm on my way. I'll be there soon." That's polite, clear, and very common in everyday English.
Notice some useful words we've used today. Leave means to go away from a place. Arrive means to reach your destination. Travel means moving from one place to another. Meet means seeing someone at an agreed place or time. You also heard the word almost, which means something is very close to happening, like saying, "I'm almost there." Finally, journey simply means the trip from one place to another.
Those words often appear together with "on my way," so learning them as a group will make your English sound much more natural. Throughout today's episode, we'll show you real conversations, useful examples, and common situations where native speakers use this expression. By the end, saying "I'm on my way" will feel as easy as saying hello.
Now that we know what "on my way" means, let's talk about one place where you'll see it all the time: text messages. Native speakers send this expression every day. Whether they're meeting friends, going to work, picking up family members, or arriving at a restaurant, they often send a quick message to let someone know they're coming. If you start paying attention to English conversations online, you'll notice these short messages everywhere.
That's true. One thing you'll quickly notice is that native speakers usually keep text messages very short. When you're already traveling, you probably don't want to stop and type a long paragraph. A few words are often enough. Imagine your friend texts, "Where are you?" Instead of writing, "Hello, I have already left my house and now I am driving to the cafe where we plan to meet. I think I will arrive in about 10 minutes. Most native speakers simply write, "On my way." It saves time, sounds friendly, and gives all the information the other person needs.
Sometimes people make the message even shorter. Have you ever seen the letters OMW? They stand for On My Way. It's a very common abbreviation in text messages. If your friend writes, "Are you coming?" you might simply reply, OMW. Native speakers understand it immediately. It's informal, so it's great for texting friends or family, but in a more formal situation, it's usually better to write the full expression, "I'm on my way."
Let's look at a few common messages you might receive. Someone asks, "Where are you?" You reply, "On my way." Another person asks, "Have you left yet?" You answer, "Leaving now." Maybe your friend says, "Everyone's here already." You can reply, "Be there soon." Or if you're only a few minutes away, you might text, "See you in 10." These are all short, natural messages that native speakers use every day when they're heading somewhere.
I like how simple they are. There's no extra information, no long explanation, and no difficult grammar. They're quick because texting is usually about sharing information as fast as possible. If you're walking down the street or waiting at a traffic light, you don't want to spend 5 minutes writing a message.
That's another reason native speakers avoid long texts in situations like these. They're busy traveling. Maybe they're driving, taking a train, or walking to the meeting place. They simply want to let the other person know their location and when they'll arrive. A short reply like, "On my way," or "Be there soon," sounds much more natural than a long message explaining every detail of the journey.
Now we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever texted someone, "I'm on my way"? If yes, who was it? Tell us in the comments. We always enjoy reading your stories, and your answer might even help another English learner practice new vocabulary.
Speaking of vocabulary, let's review a few useful words from this conversation. A text is a message you send on your phone. A message can be a text, an email, or something you send online. A reply is your answer to someone's message. Your location is where you are at that moment. Minutes tell us how much time something takes, so you might say, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." And the word soon means in a short time. If someone says, "See you soon," they're telling you they'll see you before long.
Here's one final example before we continue. I send you a text saying, "Mike, where are you? We're waiting outside."
I'd smile, type just 3 words, "On my way," and maybe add, "See you in 5." That's friendly, natural, and it's exactly how millions of native English speakers communicate every day when they're heading somewhere.
Now it's time for the fun part. You've learned what "on my way" means, and you've seen how native speakers use it in text messages. Let's put them into real-life situations that you might experience every single week. The more you hear these conversations, the easier it becomes to use them in your own English. Ready, Mike?
Absolutely. Let's imagine we're meeting at our favorite coffee shop. You arrive first, but I'm running a few minutes behind.
I send you a message, "Hi, Mike, I'm already here. Where are you?"
I'd reply, "I'm on my way. I'll be there in about 5 minutes."
Then I'd answer, "No problem. I'll wait for you outside."
That sounds completely natural. Notice that Anna didn't ask for a long explanation. She simply wanted to know where I was, and my short reply answered her question perfectly.
Here's another situation. Your family is having dinner together, and your mom is wondering why you're not home yet.
My phone rings and my mom says, "Dinner is ready. Where are you?"
What would you say?
"I'm on my way. Please start eating if you're hungry. I'll arrive soon."
That's polite and very common. Families use this expression all the time because everyone wants to know when the other person will get home.
Let's try a different example. This time you have a doctor's appointment.
The receptionist calls and says, "Hello, Anna, your appointment is in 10 minutes. Are you close?"
You could answer, "Yes, I'm on my way. I'll be there very soon."
Simple, clear, and professional.
Now imagine you're a student. Your class starts at 9 o'clock and your friend sends you a message.
"Anna, where are you? The teacher is already here."
You reply, "I'm on my way. Save me a seat."
I like that one because it's something students really say. It feels natural and friendly.
Let's move to the office. Imagine your coworker is waiting for you before a meeting begins.
They send a message, "Everyone is in the meeting room."
You answer, "I'm on my way. I'll be there in 2 minutes."
Short messages like this help everyone know what's happening without wasting time.
Here's another situation that many people experience. You're picking someone up after work.
I call you and ask, where should I wait?
I'd say, wait outside the main entrance. I'm on my way.
Then I might ask, should I wait near the parking area?
Yes, that's perfect. I'll see you there.
These conversations introduce some useful vocabulary. If you pick someone up, you go somewhere to take them home or to another place. Wait means to stay somewhere until another person arrives. The entrance is the place where people go into a building. Parking refers to the area where cars are parked. And if someone says, I'm downstairs, they mean they're on a lower floor of the building.
Exactly. Imagine your friend calls from inside an apartment building and says, I'm downstairs.
You could simply reply, great, I'm on my way.
Or maybe you're already driving there and you say, wait downstairs, I'll pick you up.
Now, here's something interesting. Native speakers don't always say, I'm on my way. They have several other expressions that mean almost the same thing. Learning these alternatives will make your English sound much more natural because real conversations have variety.
Let's start with the easiest one. I'm coming. If someone says, dinner is ready, you can answer, I'm coming. This expression is very common when you're already in the same house or building. Maybe your parents call you from the kitchen while you're upstairs. Saying, I'm coming sounds much more natural than I'm on my way.
That's a great point. When the distance is very short, I'm coming often feels like the better choice. But if you're traveling from another place, I'm on my way usually sounds more natural.
Another expression you'll hear is just left. Imagine your friend asks, have you left home yet? You don't need a full sentence. You can simply text, just left. Everyone understands that your journey has already started.
What if you're nearly at the meeting place?
Then you can say, I'll be there soon. It's friendly and flexible because you don't need to give an exact time.
But sometimes people do give a specific time. They might say, be there in 5.
Yes, that's very common. Native speakers often leave out the words I'll or I'll be. Instead of saying, I'll be there in 5 minutes, they simply say, be there in 5. It's shorter and sounds very natural in casual conversation.
Another expression I hear all the time is heading over.
I use that one a lot. If you invite me to your house, I might text, heading over now. It means I've started traveling toward your place. You can also say, heading your way, which has almost the same meaning but focuses more on the person you're going to meet.
And what about when you're very close?
Then you can say, I'm almost there. The word almost means you're very close to arriving. Maybe you're only 1 or 2 minutes away.
Finally, there's one expression I really like because it creates a clear picture in your mind. I'm around the corner.
Right. It doesn't always mean there's an actual corner. It usually means you're extremely close. Maybe your friend can't see you yet, but you're only a few seconds away from arriving.
So today, you've learned that native speakers don't rely on just one expression. They choose different phrases depending on the situation. Sometimes they say, I'm on my way. Sometimes it's, I'm coming, just left, I'll be there soon, be there in 5, heading over, heading your way, I'm almost there, or I'm around the corner.
And the more you hear these expressions together, the more naturally you'll start using them yourself. Instead of memorizing one sentence, you'll have a whole collection of everyday English that fits different situations, whether you're meeting friends, going to work, picking someone up, or arriving somewhere important.
We've learned what native speakers say, and we've practiced many everyday situations. Now let's talk about something that can really improve your English. Even learners who know the phrase, on my way, sometimes make small mistakes because they translate directly from their first language. Don't worry if you've made these mistakes before. They're very common, and once you know the correct expression, you'll sound much more natural.
That's right. Making mistakes is a normal part of learning.
every English learner has made them, including people who speak English very well today. The important thing is understanding why the mistake happens so you can avoid it next time.
Let's look at our first example. Some learners say, I am in my way.
Native speakers don't say that. The correct expression is, I'm on my way. The preposition is very important. We say on my way, not in my way.
There's another interesting point. The expression in my way actually exists in English, but it has a completely different meaning. If someone says, you're in my way, they mean you're blocking them or stopping them from moving. So if you accidentally say, I am in my way, it sounds very strange because you're saying you're blocking yourself.
Exactly. That's why learning whole expressions is much better than translating one word at a time.
Here's another mistake. Some learners say, I go on my way.
Again, native speakers don't use that expression in this situation. If you're already traveling somewhere, simply say, I'm on my way. It's shorter, easier, and much more natural.
Another sentence we sometimes hear is, I am coming there now.
People will probably understand you, but it doesn't sound like everyday English. Native speakers usually say, I'm on my way, or I'm almost there, or I'll be there soon. These expressions are much more common in daily conversations.
Notice something interesting. Native speakers often choose the shortest expression because everyone already understands the situation. If your friend asks, where are you? There's no need for a long answer. A simple, I'm on my way is enough.
So why do learners make these mistakes? The biggest reason is literal translation. Many people think in their own language first and then translate every word into English. The problem is that languages don't always work the same way. A sentence that sounds perfect in your language may sound unusual in English.
That's why it's helpful to learn English in complete expressions instead of single words. Think of I'm on my way as one piece, almost like one long word. The more often you hear it, the more naturally it comes to your mind.
Let's review a few useful words. A mistake is something that's not correct. Natural means the way native speakers really talk. An expression is a group of words people often use together. If someone speaks fluently, they speak smoothly and confidently. Common means something happens often, and correct means it's right.
Now that we've fixed those common mistakes, let's listen to some longer conversations. This is where you'll really hear how native speakers use these expressions in everyday life.
Imagine this situation. We're meeting for lunch, but I'm running a little late.
I call you and ask, hey, Mike, where are you? I've already found us a table.
Sorry, I'm on my way, but there's a lot of traffic today.
No worries. Is it a big delay?
Not too bad. I think I'll be there soon. Maybe another 5 minutes.
That's fine. I'll wait. Don't hurry if the traffic is heavy.
Thanks. I'd rather arrive safely than rush.
That's a conversation you'll hear every day. Nobody gives a long explanation. Everyone understands the situation with just a few short sentences.
Here's another one. Imagine we're meeting before work.
I send you a message. Would you like coffee?
Yes, please. I'm on my way.
What would you like?
A large latte, please.
Perfect. I'll order it now.
Great. I'll be there soon.
That feels so natural because friends often help each other like this.
Now, imagine you're picking me up at the airport.
I call and ask, hi, Mike, I just got my suitcase. Where should I go?
Come to the main exit. I'm on my way now.
Should I wait inside?
No, wait outside. I'm almost there.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
If you can't find me, call me and I'll give you directions.
Here's one last situation. Imagine we're planning a surprise birthday party for a friend.
You text me, is everything ready?
Yes, everyone is waiting.
Perfect. I'm on my way.
A few minutes later, I ask, where are you now?
I'm around the corner. Don't let anyone open the front door yet.
Don't worry, we'll keep the surprise.
Great. I'll be there in a minute.
Can you hear how often these expressions appear? I'm on my way, I'll be there soon, I'm almost there, I'm around the corner. Native speakers use them naturally because they're quick, friendly, and easy to understand.
And that's the secret to sounding more fluent. Don't try to build a brand new sentence every time someone asks where you are. Instead, learn these natural expressions, use them often, and they'll become part of your everyday English. Before long, answering questions about your location will feel automatic, just like it does for native speakers.
We've reached the final part of today's episode, and now it's time to put everything together. Today, you've learned much more than one simple phrase. You've discovered how native speakers actually use "on my way" in real conversations, how they text it, when they choose different expressions, and how to avoid common mistakes. Before we finish, let's do a quick review so you can remember everything more easily.
Great idea. Don't worry, this isn't a difficult test. Think of it as a little speaking practice. If you know the answer, say it out loud before Anna does. Speaking aloud helps your brain remember new English much faster.
Here's the first situation. Your friend sends you a message saying, "Where are you?" You've already left your house and you're driving to meet them. What would you say?
The best answer is, "I'm on my way."
Perfect. Here's another one. You're only 1 minute away from the restaurant. Which expression sounds natural?
You could say, "I'm almost there."
Excellent. Now imagine your coworker asks when you'll arrive at the office.
A natural reply is, "I'll be there soon."
Very nice. Here's another one. You just walked out of your front door and someone asks if you've left yet.
You can simply say, "Just left."
Great. Last question. Your friend invites you over to their house and you've already started driving there.
You could say, "I'm heading over."
Wonderful. If you answered those correctly, you're already thinking more like a native English speaker.
Now let's do a little speaking practice together. Listen to Anna, pause the podcast if you need to, and repeat each sentence after her.
Ready? Repeat after me. I'm on my way.
I'm on my way.
Nice. Remember not to pronounce every word separately. Native speakers connect the words together so it sounds smooth instead of slow. Next one. I'll be there soon.
I'll be there soon.
Very good. Keep your voice relaxed. English sounds much more natural when you don't rush every word. Here's another one. I'm almost there.
I'm almost there.
Excellent. Notice how native English speakers often connect "I'm" and "almost" very smoothly. Don't stop between the words. One more. Heading over now.
Heading over now.
Fantastic! The more you repeat these expressions, the more automatic they'll become. That's one of the biggest differences between studying English and speaking English. Reading is helpful, but saying the words out loud builds confidence.
Before we finish, let's review today's key vocabulary one last time. On my way means you've already started traveling to your destination. Almost there means you're very close to arriving. Be there soon tells someone you'll arrive in a short time. Heading over means you're traveling towards someone's place or another location. Just left means you've recently started your journey. Running late means you'll arrive later than planned. Meet up means to meet someone at an agreed place or time. And arrive means to reach your destination.
Those are expressions you'll hear every week and probably every day if you spend time listening to native English speakers. The best part is that they're easy to remember because they're useful in real life. The next time you're leaving home, going to work, meeting friends, or picking someone up, try using one of these expressions in English. Even if you're only practicing with yourself, you're building a habit that will make your English sound more fluent.
Learning English isn't about memorizing hundreds of difficult words. It's about learning the expressions that people actually use every day. One natural sentence can be more valuable than 10 complicated ones that nobody says.
So here's a little challenge for you. Today, the next time you leave your house, say to yourself, I'm on my way. If you're sending a message to a friend or family member in English, try using it there too. Small habits like this can make a big difference over time.
Before we say goodbye, we'd love to hear from you. Where do you usually say I'm on my way? Going to work, school, meeting friends, or somewhere else? Tell us in the comments.
Thanks so much for spending time with us today. We hope this conversation helped you understand how native speakers really use "on my way" and gave you the confidence to use it naturally in your own conversations.
Keep listening, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep speaking English every day.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care, and if you're going somewhere right now, you already know exactly what to say. I'm on my way.